So in today's video, we're going to do a quick run through of Tetheros and show you how it can help your team achieve your mission with clarity. So first, I'll log in with an account I already created, and Tetheros will walk us through automatically the setup wizard. The first thing Tetheros is going to do is have us set up a workspace. Now, a workspace can be anything from a team to a project to your entire business. In our example, we're using Tetheros for a marketing department of a company, so we're going to name it after our team, which is the Willow VR marketing department. Tetheros allows us to create a list of work if we have any that we want to get started with, and we do. We have an old list of video ideas that we've been tracking in a spreadsheet. We're going to move everything over to Tetheros, so I'll capture that here and add 3 of the ideas from that list. Our workspace is a lot more exciting when our team is here, so we're going to go to members and add a few of our peeps. Team signs in. I want to leave them a message in the main feed so they kind of know what we're working on over the next couple of weeks and what they can expect. Now we can get to work. From a high level, our marketing department has 2 major strategic initiatives, so let's set those up now, and those will fill in the blanks with all the other work that follows later. Started, we'll head over to the Workspace catalog and create a new initiative, and this will be the placeholder for our Labor Day strategic initiative. So we'll fill in the blanks with some dates. This will run until September 5th, and we can save this and then update the description after. Now I'm going to set up our second initiative, which is all about our Q3 growth. And this is about customer development, and this will run through the entire third quarter. Tetheros empowers us to track our strategy, but it also has the capability of tracking measurements. And we do that by adding KPIs in the measurements tab. In our example, I'm going to set up 6 different KPIs that we can use to track different things around our initiative and our work. Tetheros currently allows us to identify our metrics by name, by acronym, and give it a starting value. And they can be tracked and updated by clicking on the value and manually updating it, or using the Tetheros API. In Tetheros, creating an initiative is cool, but it doesn't really do much, so we need some context. And for context, we're going to create goals. Goals will tell us if we've achieved our initiative or not. And one way to build a goal, and the way that we're going to build a goal right now, is to identify a KPI and decide how much we want that KPI to shift. For example, we want to make sales on our Labor Day advertisements, so we'll measure direct sales, the KPI of direct sales, and we'll set an aggressive goal of 50 sales. I set up another goal for growing our organic social media channels, and I was tracking Instagram followers, but I'm also going to track YouTube subscribers. So it's one goal tracking 2 KPIs. Over time, as we make progress, we can update these KPIs manually, and every goal that's tracking anything around that KPI will automatically update. So you can see I updated our Instagram followers, and I can hop back over to the goal, and I can see that we're now at a higher percentage point. It's equally weighted, so the goal isn't matching exactly the Instagram percentage because we haven't raised our YouTube subscribers at all either. But I can go in and update our YouTube subscribers. Let's just say a few days passed and we now have 6,010, and I can go back to the goal and see that we've now made progress on our KPI towards our goal. Tackle some work now. I'm going to hop to the catalog and create a new list. And this list is going to represent all the steps that we need to take when we produce a new video in our marketing department. And I'm going to add all these steps here now, but every single time we make a video, we don't want to have to recreate an entire new list. So we can actually take this entire list and create a template out of it that we can use to populate a new list for every video that we make. So if we make another video, for example, Labor Day launch video, then we can just select the template and it'll come with all the tasks that we need to get done to accomplish that video. All the tasks in our list can be opened and dealt with. We can assign them to anyone on our team. We can put a due date on it. We can edit the description. We can also leave comments if we want to and have a discussion about that specific body of work. But when we're done with the work, we can click it off as complete, whether I do it or Walter does it in this case. We can see the progress of this list over time. Another way to organize our work is using a board. If you're familiar with a Kanban board or a Trello board, this is a similar concept. It's 2-dimensional and we can move these cards across. So let's create one for our Labor Day content, our video pipeline, and we'll add columns that correspond to the different stages of work that we need to make every video follow. Now I can proceed to add all the video ideas we have for Labor Day content, and then I'm going to make a template out of this board and make a new board for all the non-event related Q3 content, which is also video and follows the same steps. So the way this will work is we can hop between these two boards, and the same as with tasks, we can open these cards up and assign them to someone on our team and give them a due date of when something needs to get done. And we could be as granular as we want with subtasks. So we could say the first thing you do is get your A roll filmed. We need to purpose planned. And perhaps at this stage, we need to do thumbnail research. And now Oliver, as he's working through these things, can check these off. But more importantly, for the rest of the team, this can move through our pipeline so we can see exactly where it is. For instance, if we have a few things that are being edited, we would have that in our editing column. And as we're proceeding as a team, when we hop and open this board, we can see where everything is at a glance. Tetheros also empowers us to see where everything is at a glance at the dashboard. Now we can see what is assigned to every single person on the team, but we can also flip over to the calendar and see where everything is due and when things got done. Anything that's grayed out and crossed out is done, but everything else here is planned for work. So we can see at a high level where everything is at, what's done, and when we want it to be done by. Now that we have all our work planned out, I'm going to hop back over and create another goal, but this goal isn't going to represent a KPI moving. It's actually going to represent the accomplishment of all the work we have planned. Now we created a board for the third quarter for content publishing for both event and non-event and newsletters. And what I'm going to do is track goals to see the completion of every single task included in all three of those items. And then we'll be able to see how much progress we're making over time on the work itself and not just the KPIs. Finally, let's go back to our initiative and tie all these goals so that they actually add some context to what we're doing. So we can connect the goals for increasing the KPIs, and we can also connect the goal for accomplishing all the work on the boards. And this gives us a clear picture of what kind of progress we're making on this initiative in a measurable way. So as soon as we finish a single task on one of the boards or lists, it actually improves the progress of the initiative. But zooming out even further, I, Kevin, am a worker. I'm in this workspace. I am the owner of it. But I could flip to my desk and see what kind of items I have assigned to me at a glance. Now I'm only in one workspace, this Willow VR marketing department, so I can only see these items and when they're due. But I could pop open this calendar and also see all the items that belong to me in any workspace that I'm involved in. And I only happen to be in one, but if I was part of another team or even part of another company or had a workspace for my own personal projects, I could see all of those tasks at a glance here or here. That was a quick run through of Tetheros, the product. If any of this seems like something that your team could benefit from, or if you have questions, or if you can see the vision and where this thing is going, feel free to sign up at tetheros.com. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.